Alright, welcome to part 2 of the How to Make an Author website with dauntlesswriting.com. And now we'll be setting up the WordPress that you've installed onto your domain. So head on over to your domain, it's the http www.yourdomain.com. And what that will do is bring up a login screen which looks like this. You can click on the admin login. There's a different way to get in as well, and that is yourdomain/wp-admin. But let's just click on the admin login here. I'll take you to a username and password screen. Put in the username and password you selected when installing WordPress. This is not your Bluehost account details. This is the WordPress ones that you picked right at the end. Go check out the previous video to see how that worked. Right at the end of that as well. Now this is the back end of your WordPress site. We'll be working everything from here. As you can see, it's WP admin is the URL there to get onto this page, and you can use that to get in anywhere. We're going to be installing Jetpack, which is Akismet as well. But first, let's look at some of these settings and start with general. I'll be going through each of these settings in turn, just to show you what you can change here. But most importantly, under general settings is change your tagline. This is for Google to know what your site is about, and it will display on some of your search results and then even in some of your pages if you pick certain settings for your pages and the themes. But for now, just pick in what your site is about. This site's about academic research and how to make it understandable. So let's go with that. This is an authorpreneur site, not really fiction, but authorpreneur. Okay, this is where you choose which email address is going to be linked to the site. There you can select any email address you have, and that'll be for contact forms and those kind of things. After you've made changes, of course, press Save Changes, otherwise the changes won't take effect. Writing tab next up. Writing tab is, again, basic things. Don't really change much of this. There's a post via email function and those kind of things. Don't worry too much about these. I'm just going through them to see what they are. Under the reading tab, it'll be the well, if you want a static page, we can change that later under customize for the themes itself, so we're not going to be changing anything here. Next tab will be discussion. That is the people who comment on your site. Of course, here you can put on and off, allowing people to be able to comment on your posts and on your pages. Mostly leave most of the stuff default unless you're building a static style web page, then you can turn off automatically comment, but you can also change those on a per post or per page basis. We'll get to those in the next video, or probably after one of that. Media settings, you'll see that this is where you can change the default sizes of images on your site. If you just pick a thumbnail, medium or large, not going to be changing much of that. The important thing is permalinks. This is the most important one because on default you can see it looks bad. It's just a page number kind of thing. What we're looking for is the post name as the main setting. The optional stuff, don't really use those now. We can change those on a per post basis. So click on Save Changes and we'll be done with that. Which means when you make a new post or a new page, it won't have a stupid number. It will look nicer by using the post name. Okay, let's do some plugins. This is another reason why we're having our own hosting. This is the list of the plugins you have already, but let's start with hooking this site up with WordPress. If you already have a WordPress account, you can link it up here. I already have one, so I'll just use my previous WordPress account details. It's very simple to get one. Just click on do you need an account to get your own? So let's put mine in there. Hopefully you can't decipher my password now, I'm joking. Right, and then approve. It'll take a few moments for WordPress to link with this new site. What that just means is now you have the power of WordPress's servers behind your site, just like you would have if you hosted your site on WordPress's server and not on Bluehost. Now we can install things like Akismet and use all the Jetpack functions, all those nice things that you already have with WordPress, but also the added benefits of other plugins. And we are golden. Okay, the jumpstart is the next thing we're going to be selecting. It's just a few settings that happen that happens automatically. It's the basic stuff from WordPress. It's worth it to give it a go. There's nothing detrimental to that, and what you do get is a few nice bonuses like contact forms and okay, some Superman flying behind the images itself. But let's go to the stats. That's a thing that I find very interesting. You can use this in combination with some Google tracking that we'll work on later, or you can have a look at. But here you can track what people are currently interacting with your site and when you'll see them. But the basic settings are fine. That means you get a little track bar at the top of your toolbar, which will say how many people have been visiting your site in the last 48 hours? That's great. Okay, under Jetpack, go to Akismet. Now, Akismet's important because Akismet is a spam blocker, which means people won't start selling shoes on your website. So just link the site, and since you have linked with WordPress, Akismet will link automatically, which is great. You just basically have to get the API key from here, but you're just going to press Save Changes. Even all these settings are pretty much default and alright. Because you have that API key built in, you don't have to worry about it. Okay. Next up, let's install some other plugins. I'm just going to go with the basic ones that I use. Then to install new plugins, this is where you can see the ones that are already installed. Mojo Marketplace, that's where you can pay for stuff that you can get for free. You can just leave it deactivated. It's not that important. You'll see the things that are active have the deactivate button that you can turn it off. But let's add some new ones. Don't have to worry about the ones that are already there. They're very innocuous. Okay, the first one that we're going to be looking at is to help you with your SEO for every page and post. For this, I recommend Yoast SEO because it's free and very, very good. In the next video, I think we'll be looking at posts and pages and be using Yoast a lot to make sure that Google and other search engines pick up your posts and really rock it. So press install now if you've got Yoast SEO. It'll be rather quick. Just make sure to click Activate Plugin to make sure that you are online, because otherwise it doesn't actually work. Okay, they're going to give you a bit of a tour on it, but you don't have, you can go through it on your own. It's not a huge thing. They'll just show you how to use it, but in the next video I'll be going into details. Let's look at the next plugin that we want to install, which is called Prettylinks. Prettylinks makes long URLs that you get from somewhere else into more palatable ones. Prettylinks Lite is the free version, so we'll be installing that. What I mean by, let's activate this one as well. What I mean by long URLs, especially affiliate links and those things, look ridiculous. So if you want to put them on your site, it's just a good idea to use Prettylinks to make them a bit prettier. It's very simple and lightweight to use, and we'll work on that in the next video as well, or probably the one after that. Last one, SumoMe. SumoMe is the greatest found that I've got. It's free tools to grow your email list, social sharing, and analytics. It's an all-in-one free solution. Yes, there are paid solutions, and if you are going hardcore later on, it might be a good idea to go paid, but the free stuff is mind-blowing. Okay, so we have Yoast, we have Prettylinks, we have SumoMe, Akismet, and what's the last one? Oh, Jetpack, of course. Now, we're not going to set up SumoMe right now. You can just click there to set it up. It's a simple username and password, and then you're done. Not a very intricate setup. You just click on the crown or there on the click here to set up Sumo, and it'll ask you for a username and password to put in the password twice, and you'll be good to go to get all those free goodies. No credit cards or weird stuff required. But let's look at themes next. This is the framework that your website will be built on, and this is where you get free themes. You can pay for these things at places like Theme Forest and those types of things for a more professional look. But to be honest, let's begin with the minimum viable product and keep it as free as possible. You can get quite a lot of cool things, like these are the basic themes. built into WordPress 2015, 2014. I've been using one of these for a while on one of my other sites. They're very flexible, but let's go to add new, and then we can, okay, if you bought something from Theme Forest, this is where you upload the theme. They'll give you a zip file and you just stick it in there. But what we're going to do is browse for them. It's going to take a few seconds for this to populate because there are a lot of themes available on WordPress for free. By searching around a bit, you can find the most beautiful themes that you can find. But don't worry about them now. What you're looking for is... for these themes to load. What you are looking for is something that matches what you want. So what you click there is on the feature filter, and then you can like change a bit of narrow down what they display to you: color, layout, features. There's a couple of things that are really important. Well, let's go with the full width template. I quite kind of like the clean web design, but you can pick whatever you want. Something with theme options is good as well. Purple, I like purple, why not? Okay, but mostly importantly, we want responsive themes. That is the only must-have for the themes that you're looking for. Responsive themes are themes that display on mobile without any special plugins or settings. Okay, let's see what pops up. Hopefully one will catch my eye. Okay. Let's have some dead air on that. There are infinite amount of themes available on WordPress, but if you want to go a bit more professional, oh, this one doesn't look too bad. Let's have a look. Okay, this one's called BLDR Builder. The rating's pretty good ish, which means there are some issues with it, but not too many, because I see there's a low amount of ratings and it get rated too high. But it seems quite straightforward. You know what, let's install this one. We can always change the theme. A theme isn't something that is built into your site. You can literally update it whenever you feel like it. So here you just click activate to make sure that this it replaces the base theme. And well, there we are. What you'll see, it's now in the first position is your currently active theme. It'll say active, and you can click on the theme details to have a bit more of a look at it. And yeah, okay, so it looks like one of those scrolling themes, which will be nice, but I'm not going to go too much into customizing it right now. Mostly I want to make sure that your theme is installed and working. Okay, let's go to the customize themes. This is where I said we can change most things about the theme itself, and we are going to be doing it live. On the right hand side there, you can see this is what's actually currently on the site. So that the changes that you make when you're playing with the toolbars, yeah, this is where the sample page go. When you're playing with the toolbar over here, the changes that you'll make will show up on the left-hand side. Of course, there's a paid option for this one. As we change static page, this is where you change the colors of the page. You can literally change colors to anything you like. SEO, title, site title. And you can actually change the favicon here as well, but that's we won't do it this time. We'll do it in a later video. And here's some more color changes. See the theme use very similar colors at the moment, but you can literally change it to anything you like, and that's why it showed up on purple, I suppose. Google's fonts can be changed. I'm not sure what that is, but it doesn't matter over much. Animations. Okay, this thing's got animations built in. I would caution against going too much. Background images. Okay, we'll look a bit more in detail on all of these things. Let's just first get rid of all that jank on the far right hand side. People don't need all those stuff, so you can literally on the sidebar, to keep it clean and neat, remove all the things that you don't need. And meta is definitely ones that don't need. That's your site logins. You can just go to wp-admin to log into your website. And footer bars as well, that's the ones at the bottom. But let's remove the last one, and you'll see it's a lot cleaner. But okay, if we need something on that side, because you would like something there, maybe a Facebook sign up thing, Let's see if they have something like that. Add a widget. Now these widgets are all the ones from Jetpack. That's why we jump started this site and used Jetpack. There's a Facebook like box. I like that. Stick it in there. You can give it a title. Change a few settings with it. Setting it up. The Facebook page URL is where you put in the URL, and this is the size that you want it to be. You just go to Facebook and put it in. But you know what? Let's just save this for now. And so in the next video, we'll be setting up SumoMe and MailChimp to get your email marketing and your email list building underway so that you can start building a proper business from your website. Thank you. Until then.